We will be with you shortly. I'm not doing a long show here. I'm actually in the middle of a movie here. I'm going to tell you what I think, my dear friends. Okay, I don't care about the numbers on here. I think Digger likes being where he's at because he's making no effort. Let me go on. Let me go on. He's not making any effort to try to get himself out of that situation. As he said, what could be better? He even said himself, he's got free rent, his girlfriend comes over. Now, why is he seemingly happy in his current living situation? Well, he's not happy, but I think I know what he's doing. And what he's doing is he's saving his Social Security money. He's not touching much of it, if any at all. So that in the event that he's eventually able to go back to America, that he's going to have this little wad of money so he could buy a vehicle, if he could ever get a license again. But then again, he probably never drove a license anyway. But, the above the law type attitude. I think he's saving his money. He's still not telling his wonderful, beautiful, gorgeous girlfriend that he has this money. So well, he figures let her help me out, let her give me money, let her give me money, let her bring me some supplies. I don't have to go into my Social Security. Because I don't think he has any intent of being with her once he goes back to the United States, 5 years from now, whatever it's going to be. I don't think he has any intent at all. And I could almost bet on this. But that's exactly what's going to happen. And I want you all to remember what I'm saying right now. Remember what I just said. And later on, we'll figure out if I was right. No, he's saving his Social Security money is what he's doing. He knows he ain't going to, once he even gets to America, he's going to face a lot of other problems, but not to concentrate on his oncoming problems, but it's going to be a situation where it's going to be out of sight, out of mind, and there's really no way he's going to be able to get her there. And he'll move on, and things will get kind of turned into an LDR type situation, which never really works, and that's what I think. In other words, he needs her now because she's his confidant, his tool to get company and to have supplies brought in. No, I didn't just figure this out now. It's just so obvious to me. This didn't just come to my mind, actually. I've always thought this. So that's what I think is going to happen. He's saving his SSD, still not telling her about it. The lies continue. Did everybody hear my last short? You see, he is not helping himself in his situation, and he continues to do shows. And you saw my last short, which I did a short on what he had to say about inciting other people to do harm to me, to give me shit and give me a hard time, to harass me. He can't erase that, and he's not going to. He could take his show down, but that's not going to be erased. Because what's going on in the interim is that there's a lot more evidence being gathered up. And one would say, I don't know what he's trying to do. I don't know what he's trying to prove. Because he's at it on every goddamn show. And he acts like he wants me to negotiate with him. For what? For his continuous slandering of me? His continuous usage of his cell phone for the purpose of inciting others against me? Slandering, defaming, and so forth, and threatening? And he thinks I'm going to budge on this? Ain't going to happen. But there's that part of me that thinks that when you've been 20 months in there, it becomes home. His girlfriend comes to see him, gets to watch movies on his phone and play games on there. Girlfriend brings him stuff. Look, you don't get that fat unless you're eating well. In order to eat well, if you could afford to order food from what is it, Food Panda? That gets expensive every day. So the question is, where's this money coming from? Where's it coming from? She doesn't have that money to bring him. So where's it coming from? His Social Security. There you go. His Social Security. So he's been lying continually to everybody on here. And unfortunately, he's lying to his own girlfriend. Like I said, everybody needs a wake-up call, and maybe someday she'll wake up. But if he did manage ever to get back to the US of A, it's over. It's too complicated to get her to come to the United States. Does she not notice? Please tell me she must. Does she know what she's fighting against? To be in a relationship with this guy? What is she thinking? What is she holding on to so strongly, knowing that there's no solution at the end of the rainbow? There's no solution for him. He could wind up in jail for a set amount of time. And even if he don't, he's got bench warrants and all kinds of shit out him in the USA. A very odd situation here. Stefan, hello. Once, and if he ever leaves the Philippines, he will never come. No, he will not. He says, I'll be able to come back. I know he's not going to be. You think I got to talk to my attorney about this stuff? Under his circumstance, he will never be able to come back to this country. And thank goodness for that. John Smith says, this guy just never learns. You can't put brains in a statue, mate. Like the last short I did, I copied what he had to say about getting family and friends and people to harass me. What kind of a jughead says that? I mean, along with everything else he said, ever since he got the charges put on him, he hasn't changed. He's been at it since day one. Did he fall and hit his head? Well, somebody did hit him over the head. But he was goofy like that, before he got hit on the head by that. I don't know, what did he decide it was? A rock, a baseball bat, a stick, a brick, a beer bottle. He hasn't decided on that yet. Well, Pennywise, you haven't been around here for a long time. Where you been hiding? You've been following all this drama? I'm sure you have, somehow. Merry Christmas to you, too. They still got tradition out there. I could understand on New Year's Eve to get up at 12 or something, but here, well, I got to get up at 12. I said, for what? It's going to be Christmas Day, she said. I said, okay. It's not New Year's. I can understand people want to hang out a bit and then get up at 12 and greet the New Year, but I guess that's the tradition here. Get up at 12. And I said, well, then what? And then what? And I'm still asking that question. Then what? So you get up at 12 and, okay, finish the sentence. What do you do? I don't know. Yeah, Stephanie openly said, you heard that, right? He openly said he wanted people to harass me. There's something weird going on here. I think he likes it where he's at. Because it's the only way he could be around his girlfriend. Okay, and it's the only way he could save money. I think he figures that he haven't saved enough money yet. That's why he doesn't want to do any agreement about paying lawyers' fees and all that stuff, because he's been hanging on to that Social Security all this time. Hey, look, guys, I guarantee you it. I guarantee you it. I absolutely guarantee you it, that he's getting his SSD all this time. Remember the old saying that we're all familiar with here? If his lips are moving, he's lying. Whatever he says, think the opposite, and you'll get your answer. Something weird indeed, says a bear called Wilbur. Yeah, they do that. Yeah, they eat at midnight. Oh my God. Seriously. Yeah, I'm remembering this. I've been here quite a while. It's been like that, but I've always thought, I understand for New Year's, but, you know, 12 o'clock turns Christmas. Kind of a weird thing. But then again, it's not America. John Smith says, of course he is. How does he afford his junk food every day? Exactly, John. A beer called Wilbur says, bummer, donations have dried up. The donors have turned off the tap. Yeah, he was begging on his last show. He's been begging quite a while. But he was really hitting it hard on his last show. And the funny thing about it is he's getting mad at everybody. He's calling them names and everything, and he wants them to donate to him. I don't know. He must have been hitting the head pretty hard prior to that hitting the head with that brick or stick or bottle or stone that he can't remember. It has to be well before that. Maybe his old man beat the shit out of him in a bad way besides everything else. I don't know. Or he could go back in a time machine or something. Yeah, I think he was probably pretty much abused. It shows. So he figures he can abuse everybody else in his life because he was abused by his family. Now, that makes sense. Okay, well. Yeah, they dried up all right. Okay, I wasn't planning to be on here a long time anyway, but everybody's heard that video, right? You see my last short? That stays on there. That stays on there. And then he's saying, what threats? When have I threatened you? Well, let me review something here for a second. If you remember way back, he said, I got no evidence on him on our current case, right? The current case is about cyber libel, correct? Okay, we established that, right? And he said, I never had evidence for that. But he was dumbfounded, good word for him, when he suddenly discovers that, well, I couldn't believe it. He actually does have evidence on me. So if I say I have evidence on him making death threats to me, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. It's the same thing. Was I lying about the cyber libel thingamajiggy? No, I wasn't. Right, Bummer? You got 20 months to prove it. You got court case to prove it. So why would I be lying about? Everybody's heard his threats. The difference is, I don't know how many people copied them. I did. My lawyer already has it. That's what the next case is going to be. And what's going to decide on the next case is when it's going to be submitted to the fiscal. It's written up. It's already written up. Paid for. What's going to decide on this is where this goes. Where this case goes. You know, what goes on with the immigration deal and all that shit. That's going to decide. It's ready to go anytime. No more payment. No more payment except future court costs. Maybe he thinks that that cozy little place he has there, his little Motel 6, but to him, that's like the Taj Mahal compared to some of the places that he's lived in. Wilbur says, imagine asking random people on stream to foot his legally. Yeah, can you imagine the gall of that guy? John Smith says he was dropped on his head when his mom gave birth to him. I always thought he was an abortion. Stefan says, well, you heard him. He just said he'll stay in the Philippines and be with his girl if you put another case on him. He doesn't care. See, he's under the impression that he could do whatever he wants. He says, you can't put a case on me. And I was laughing about that several times. What does he mean I can't put a case on him? I can do whatever I want. He can't stop me. He says, well, as long as I don't receive it, then there's no case. No, that's not true. They just bring it to the guards. That's all they have to do. The guards inform them that there's a court order, a summons, a subpoena. That's it. It's considered served. It's a little different here. Not much. It's a little bit different here. I'm not going to accept another case. Really, who are you? King Tut. Oh, it's better than the crematorium he lived in Romblon. Yeah, I agree with you. I know, he said he'll stay in the Philippines to be with his girlfriend. Oh, that's really helping her out, to have a boyfriend that's incarcerated for how many years. Pennywise says Obama is living his best Philippines life since he got there. I agree with you completely. Completely. He's got it good and he knows it. He knows the routine, knows when he goes to bed, knows when he gets up, got his coffee maker. Guards are still letting him, that's for now. For now, the guards are still letting him use his cell phone. Oh, yeah. He thinks he got it all. I could watch movies, play games, talk to my girlfriend. I could go on YouTube and harass Frank or Popeye or anybody else. He got used to it. He's happy right there. Now, he doesn't want to go to prison, though. We all know that. He's fearful of that. He's got reason to be fearful of that. That's where he's going to wind up. Watch, wait and see. Wait and see. Yeah. Obama get free Wi-Fi. You happy? Well, free Wi-Fi. Well, girlfriend paying for the data, right? Boy, he's really got her going, doesn't he? And she really believes this shit, too. That's the funny thing about it. She's going to get hurt later on. If she really has feelings for him, if she really does, she's going to get hurt as shit. But he don't care. She's a tool, as far as I'm concerned. You know, as far as what my opinion is. She's a tool to him to get supplies, pay for his data, give him a little money now and then, you know? Company. And, whatever else. That's it. He figures he's got service. He doesn't have to work, God forbid, get a job. No waffle making in that cell. He don't want to work, claims he can't work, which is bullshit. If he could do some of the acrobatics he does with a woman, if he could ride a motorcycle long distance, ain't nothing wrong with his back, Jack. Nothing wrong with his back at all. Frank Zapata, what are you doing on my channel? I'm going to have to do Obama on you. I think I'll have to do Obama on you. A bummer on you. Okay. I did a bummer on you. If a guy that wants money from his audience, he's sure as hell. Oh, Obama must be milking Abe dry. No comment. Pennywise says, I bet he has lots of intimate friends in there. He's got a purty mouth. I think I know what you mean. Yeah, so anyway. He's angry. Listen to his voice, man. He is bitter. He is just bitter, but he's trying to save face as much as he can, but it's not working. You could hear his anger. You could hear his bitterness. But the strangest fucking thing, man. That's why I'm saying that something's kind of odd here, because deep down she has to be regretting staying with Barry. I don't know what she's thinking. Pennywise says Obama's father prepared him for the secret life in prison, I guess. Yeah. I don't understand when anybody subjects themselves to somebody like him. I don't get it. Now, a clear-thinking man, after being charged, 5 charges in fact, for something he did, and then, after he gets the charges, goes right back to the internet, right back to YouTube, daily, now, sometimes more than once, and does the same thing over and over again. Now, to a clear-thinking person like maybe you or me, I don't know how clear you all think out there, but to me, you would say, what is this doofus doing? I'm thinking that he likes being there, because perhaps it is probably the best living situation that he's had, even with the ceilings falling in, leaks from rain, mold, humidity, hot temperatures. It's free. And he gets to save his Social Security money. Barrett Cole Wilbur says CW is not anymore, perhaps, but he's not buying what Obama is selling. Yeah, if someone's selling that, don't buy it. Nothing but lies. Pennywise says, how come, why hasn't the detention staff stopped him from being on the internet to spew hate against you? Well, I think a lot of times he's doing it is when the guards are sleeping, and that's why sometimes a lot of his shows are late at night. Okay? I know they know that, but maybe they worked out a deal or something. I don't know. Wilbur says, remember over at Vergie's, always looking over his shoulder. Oh, yeah, he was paranoid as shit. That was very obvious. Constantly looking toward the gate. I remember that. I remember that as if it was yesterday. Yesterday, all his troubles seem so far away. Now he fucked up his life in a horrible way. Oh, he believes in yesterday. But yesterday wasn't any better than today. He's just making more trouble again and getting his ass all screwed up again like he's been doing all his life. Yesterday, all his troubles seem so far away. Seven says it must be awkward when her father asks her, hey, how's Barry doing back in America? Yeah, right. She probably says, oh, he's great. He's got a great job. He's coming back here soon. To lie to her family. Oh, my God. Maybe they are ideal together. Maybe they're the greatest couple as far as having something in common. I remember once he asked his donors to send him a PayPal on New Year's Eve. For what? I don't know what your symbol is there in my eyes. Similar singing talent. What do you mean singing similar talent? I can sing a whole lot better than he could. Give me a break. Pennywise. If I do some serious singing. Well, you're named after Sinatra. No, but I got something in common with Frank Sinatra. Oh, for booze. Oh, New Year's. Right. What am I thinking? Or what am I not thinking? What am I thinking? Of course. Oh, yeah, he never gets booze in there. That is full. Man, I heard numerous shows when he was fucking just drunk as shit. Drunk as shit. How do I know that? Heard the glass clean. How did I know that? He even had the guards in drinking with him. And actually, when he had that one guy that used to be a cellmate, this guy who is out on bail came over. That was the most recent, but he came over. The guy came over with his girlfriend. And the guy was drinking in the cell. Nobody would normally allow that. But the guard came in. And he joined them. He fucking joined them. So no wonder he wants to stay there. He's getting some, little frivolities here and there, Why would he want to leave? His girlfriend's giving him a little money now and then. Underarm deodorant, other supplies, coffee, sachets, Why would he want anything? Why would he want to get out of there? He don't want to spend money on renting a place, even if he was free. Rather, the girl would rent it. Of course, the utilities again, if they break up, he's going to, it's going to go under the girl's name. He's going to leave her hanging. Animal House party situation, yeah. Man, I heard that. I'm not stupid, man. I wasn't born yesterday. I was born in 1954. A long time ago. I'm not stupid. I know when somebody's inebriated or not. It was so obvious with him because we've seen him inebriated how many times prior to being in jail. when he was drunk. He's not fooling me. Free rent and donos, yeah. Okay, well, I'm not going to stay on it too much longer, but, oh, God, I got caught up in a series. I'm not going to watch another series again. I mean, it's a good movie for what it is, but this movie moves so fast, like every fucking episode, there's 5 different big, crazy drama things that happen in just one episode. Who's dying? Who's getting pregnant? Who can't have a baby? Who got in a car accident? Who convinces somebody else that I should be with this other guy rather than him? Strong-headed women, local gossip in a northwestern town, the sewing circle. Sounds like YouTube. I don't know how I got caught up in this shit. It's kind of like Popeye's fucking General Hospital, you know? Stefan, he made a video not that long ago. He was outside with 2 foreigners and they were all drinking. Of course man, of course. It's so easy in that place to get away with that shit. This ain't the big house where he's going. Oh, believe me, he's frightened. That's the one thing he's frightened of, is going to an actual prison. I mean, frightened to the point of getting heart palpitations. He's frightened. Italian series #1, watched some time ago, Gomorrah, okay. See, we both know Barry's not coming up with cash settlement. Well, I know that too, but if he doesn't, he just has to stay incarcerated longer. But you can't explain something to an imbecile. You're not going to get through it. How many of his viewers have tried to tell him and set him straight on something? Guys, I could almost swear that he likes his current situation. Because it's a forced bank account that adds up every month, and he only utilizes a small part of it. His girlfriend pitches in to buy him stuff. Who has it better than him? He knows it. It could be either one of them, actually. It's whatever the judge says. But Billy Bid is an option. And that ain't no better than Biggerton. No, it's not. But I want you guys to think about what I said. He's not even trying to get bail because he doesn't want to spend his own money. He don't want to spend his own money. He wants you to provide his money in the form of donations. I thought it was supposed to be sent to his girlfriend. No, send it to my PayPal. We all heard him say that, right? No, just send it to my PayPal. Just like a Pennsylvania trucker trying to give $25,000 to Sheila. No. I'll just send it to me and I'll give it to her. Well, did he give it to her? Yeah. Half of it, and he kept the other half in his pocket. Can you fucking believe this guy? Look, I've been hearing this for a long time, and I'm still in a state of, I don't know if it's shock or whatever it is. I'm just like, is this guy for real? I never experienced an imbecile by his own demonstration. I never witnessed an imbecile like this before. Never. Oh, not to this. I've experienced a few, but not to this degree. This guy doesn't know what he's doing from day to day. But every single time he insults me more. And he's not in a position to insult me at all. And he thinks I'm going to bargain with him. After every show, he's knocking me again like he did before, which again caused the situation of why he's got 5 charges on him. I get a parrot to record that. Stefan says, yeah, he said his PayPal is linked to Shaw. Don't believe him. What person's going to believe? There you go. What person's going to believe that? Pennywise says, heard that trucker guy got sick and had surgery of some type. No, he had a big truck accident is what happened. Maybe with another truck, I'm not sure. Oh, believe me, he's making money. He's going to make money on this case, too. No, he's had to have numerous surgeries, neck, back, all kinds of... He must have got really messed up. Oh, no, he's going to be rolling in money. insurance from the company or the other driver, whoever caused the accident. Oh, no, 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 no. He's going to be rolling in money. Yeah. I'll bet you. Now, I don't advise anybody getting into an accident for something like that. That's debilitating, but if it happened, it happened. Well, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he's going to be sitting pretty. I'm sure he's getting some kind of a full salary in place of the fact that he can't work, and in lieu of his disabling situation, not be able to work. But I'm going to tell you something anyway. Truck drivers don't live long because, matter of fact, he said it himself. The only time he gets out of the truck when he has to go to the diner, he is not active at all. And you're sitting in a truck as a truck driver, your blood ain't flowing, and your left side of your face is getting all the sun's radiation. A lot of these drivers get skin cancer. I've seen pictures of that too. Truck drivers don't live a long time, and they're usually a little bit overweight, and I know he is. And they don't live very long. I mean, they are not active at all. He said it himself. The only walking and exercise I do is from the truck to the diner. Yeah, they have a big problem with blood clots. Oh, absolutely. Now, the rumor is that Roberto died. Now, I was saying that to myself, that it's very unusual not to hear from Roberto for such a long period of time, because he always has something to say about me. And I'm sure some people know about it out there. Somebody came on my show today at some point, or Barry's show, I think it was, and said that Roberto died of a heart attack. Now, don't know if that's true or not, but would I be surprised? No. I told you to drop in like flies. Roberto was always overweight. It took damage on him. He had to have part of his stomach removed, gastro bypass or something. And I don't know if I'm some kind of a foreseer of the future or something, but my predictions have been coming true so far. And Ricky is on the list for damn sure. Ricky's big on the list right now. Big. Well, it's possibly that he was running that. I have an idea who is. I could be wrong, but you could be right. I mean, I don't care either way. But nothing has ever really stopped Roberto from putting on a show about me. I don't see why he'd even have to do that, really. He's very blunt about what he does. He can't run a show on his own because he doesn't know what to talk about. He doesn't know how to moderate a show. He doesn't know how to be an orator, you know. He has to have somebody else on there with him. But nothing has ever stopped him. Even if he didn't do a show and he just entitled his show something about me or something, or put a thumbnail or something on me, that never stopped him. So, could he be dead? It's a possibility. It's a possibility. Quite possible. Maybe he's eating too many tacos. He's eating up the profits of his taco stands. That'll kill you. Talks like a baby Huey. No, he was built like baby Huey. That was his problem. The guy had to have a gastric bypass, man. That means you're overweight. You can't lose weight, and the only way to do it. So he wasn't healthy to begin with. Whether he's alive or dead, I don't really give a shit. I don't like the guy. I don't like him at all. He said a lot of bad things about my lady. Threats, too. I don't give a shit if he's alive or dead, either way. Don't bother me. I'm not going to lose sleep over him dying, that's for sure. Just like Fazio. Lose no sleep over him dying. That guy was hell on wheels as far as behind the scenes, the kind of shit that he did to not just me, but other people. Yeah, he's gone too. Think of all the people that just died. Perhaps Elliot, although most people didn't know of Elliot prior to this happening. Probably dead. Ed Lippert, dead. Mike Kaysen died a long time ago. More recently, what's his name? In Asia. Mark passed away. So Fazio, Mark, Maybe Roberto, Ed Lippert. Um, there's more on that list. I know there is. Oh, Jack Thompson. Oh, yeah, he was a real dilly, wasn't he? Dunn? Late 50s have to be. Late 50s have to be. Would have to be. I'm thinking. Yeah. JW, correct? JW. They're all dying. They're dropping like flies. And I think Ricky's going to be on that list next. That's pretty obvious, I think, to all of you. After him, I think it'll be Popeye. He's just going to ugle to death. And then Barry's probably going to commit suicide in his jail cell at some point. He's going out of his mind, guys. Listen to him lately. He's more anxious than ever. I'm just the same. He's more anxious. He's jittery. He's more abusive, yelling at people. Oh, he's frustrated, man. He's totally frustrated. Well, you can't blame him. You know, it's not a great situation. If you wind up in a place like that, if I ever wound up, it's something you have to deal with. I don't know if Ed, I don't know if Ed Lippert ever smoked. Popeye definitely smokes. I can tell you that. He didn't die yet. Okay. Um, the other guys, I don't know. I don't know about the other guys. Yeah, but they all drank too, though. Every one of them drank. I don't drink. Well, I'll tell you what, the list it's getting to be a short list here on YouTube now. Wonder how Gary's doing. Philippines experience. If he's still with his lovely another Shaw, another person. Well, it's not a real name, but he calls her Shaw. I don't know what happened with him. Sometimes people are embarrassed about situations that happen in life. This guy worked so hard to marry her, to get to get an annulment. How many years and how much money he spent? But he spent most of his time in the States working in Arkansas. He spent more time away from her than with her. And she's like career minded, so whenever he was in the Philippines, he didn't know what to do with himself because he would always do something with her on the weekends. And a lot of times she didn't have the availability to do it. That probably drove him nuts. But I don't know about Gary. Gary don't even comment anymore unless he comes on a troll account. But Gary hasn't been on his channel in a long time. Is he still with this lady or not? They're not going to tell you. See, sometimes people get too embarrassed to say it didn't work out. You know? They just get too embarrassed. I understand. Yeah, Gary goes back and forth. No relationship could last. You can't be working in Arkansas all the time and she's in the Philippines. She's an upwardly mobile chick is what she is, which makes it difficult to him. So if he's retired, what is he going to do with his time? You usually got to do it with your partner, girlfriend or wife. What is he going to do? Gary admitted that. I remember when he said that. You know, because of her work and everything, he'll only get to see her certain times when he's in the Philippines. He doesn't know what to do with himself, he says. It's one of those situations. Okay, guys, I got to get out of here. You'll probably get more laughs from old Digger probably overnight. The guy don't even sleep, man. I mean, he doesn't even sleep. To do shows at like 2 in the morning or something? Are you fucking kidding me, man? Oh, actually, I got to call my uncle up. Oh, it's actually, let me see. Day ahead. Let me see, is it Christmas already in America? God, I should know this because how I used to be a short long distance relationship and I used to know what time it was all the time in the Philippines. Digger deeper. Thinking about giving him a call and say Merry Christmas to him. I got to do at least that. Yeah, let me get off here. I got to call my uncle up. He's over 100. I mean, I got to call him at least once a week or so. You know, we get along okay and all that stuff, and I don't want to not wish him a Merry Christmas and all that. Tell you what, to live to over 100 years old, that's not an easy thing to do. It's not easy. He doesn't smoke, though. That's good. That's one reason. But as he said, his diet all his life was typical Italian American. Pasta, whatever. Burgers, pasta, you name it. And he's over 100 years old. Doesn't mean he's without any problems. I didn't say that. But behind, right? Let's see, behind. I haven't had any reason to call anybody in New York. Well, actually, he's in Pennsylvania, my uncle. Same damn things, East Coast. Digger will be waiting to come back whenever he's on replay. At 100, you're going to have issues. Yeah, I would say so, Truth Seeker. Oh, he does have issues. He's got to get injections in his eyes all the time because I think he's got macular degeneration going on. But he's still sharp as a pin with his mind. I'm glad to hear that. Damn, probably sharper than mine. And sometimes he has to get injections in his stomach because he had a form of stomach cancer. He had all that stuff. He had prostate cancer. And I don't know how he's alive. He doesn't even understand it. He didn't think he'd live beyond 97. He said he didn't want to live beyond 97. Now he makes it to over 100. Amazing, isn't it? 100, yeah, you're probably going to have some issues. I think everybody does, well before that. For guys, the testosterone level from age fucking 30 to 40 starts going down 3% a year or some shit like that. You ain't got a chance when you get fucking older, man. You're subject to so many possibilities, not always good ones. Not always good. Yeah. That's why, when I hear all these much older dudes saying they're big studs and all that shit, I don't buy it. I'm sorry, but I don't buy it. They're not raking in all the women and screwing somebody every night or multiple partners. I'm sorry, I don't buy that. Not many people, above 55 or so has that kind of vitality. I'm sorry, but I just don't buy it. You drink your tiger milk or whatever the fuck you want to drink or whatever, but I just don't buy it. I don't, so don't sell it. Now, your testosterone level goes down a lot. Well, maybe you had sex every fucking day at 50. Still, you were slowing down. You were. Then it went down to maybe a few times a week, once a week. For some, maybe 3 times a week. For some, maybe every couple of weeks. For some, once a month. Or for some, not at all. It's really according to how you took care of yourself. You agree about Ricky. He's next. Yeah, I don't have any doubt about that. My prophecies, I should be called the prophet, really. Because my prophecies have been coming true. And I've been right about most of these characters so far. They were all on my Grim Reaper list. And it came true. Popeye's definitely in the running in there, though. As I said, that guy ain't gonna die. He's gonna go away. He's not gonna die normally. That guy would have to be cremated. Because he'll infect any surrounding areas that he's buried in. Gravesite would be fucking toxic. Do you think he has the money he claims? And who you talking about? Ricky? You talking about Ricky? No, I'm not really buying it with Ricky. I don't think so. Did he take that option that he gets more in his VA or something, but he kind of used it up or something? I don't know. I forgot what that was all about. No, I think he's pushing the truth. He's not. I don't think he's making that kind of money. I really don't. It always sounded fishy to me too. Yeah. Like I said, you can't believe half the people on here. I mean, listen to Barry. Like you said, if his lips are moving, he's lying. That's how you know he's lying. It's just telltale with this guy. He's lied about somebody giving him money for his bail, and oh, but he took it back the same night. Olive oil, garlic, salt, butter. Oh, there's nothing wrong with olive oil. There's nothing wrong with garlic. Salted butter? No, not if you have high blood pressure. Oh no, I take a little olive oil before I go to bed. You get about a 20-30% chance of any risk of an overnight heart attack. Oh, absolutely. Garlic? Oh God, it's a natural antibiotic, and it's also good for your heart. Butter? There's nothing problem with butter. Don't overdo it. It's not the cholesterol, guys. It's the saturated fats. And everybody's got that all mixed up. It's not the cholesterol. Your liver actually produces cholesterol, weak cholesterol. It's the saturated fats that you worry about, not the cholesterol. Well, you need a little bit of salt somewhere, but we get it in a lot of foods. You don't always have to have an additive. But if you live in the tropics, there's one little trick you can do. You can either drink that, water that has minerals in it, or you just take a pinch of sea salt or something and put it in your water bottle and drink that with a little, have a little bit of salt in there to replace it. Very little. Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially if you got high blood pressure. Salt is your enemy, but you need a little bit of it. Sodium. You have to have a little bit of it, and potassium. But very little. There's Judge Kubota. Okay, well, that's right. You just talked. What happened when someone has a stroke? They do push of sodium. No doctor required sometimes a double. Well, they put them on ringers, they're gonna put a drip in the person. If you get to the stroke really quick, you may not have any damage. Some people get partial paralysis. Some of it stays and some of it goes. My girlfriend's mom is over 88 and she's bedridden for over 3 years now. Still kicking. She had a stroke in the left side of her body. She can't use it. Our bodies are batteries. Yeah, they are in a sense. Salt is, you need a little bit of salt. I mean, I don't have like a salt container on my table. However, when I grew up as a kid, growing up, oh, that salt and pepper shaker was right on the table. We used it in soups. We used it on everything. On meats, of course. There wasn't anything we didn't hardly use salt on. Always passing the salt, salt, salt. Do you know how valuable salt was in history? And how early civilization used salt? They needed it to preserve meats and all kinds of needs. That was a big thing. Salt was like gold at one point. It still kind of is in some countries. Salt is essential in some places, and if not just preserving the meats and other things. Judge Cabot says, I saw the lady next door having a stroke. I asked the ambulance driver how they IV her, straight away. Yeah, I don't know what they call ringers. They probably have a combination of things in that. Get the get their levels up. It could be these glucose levels or whatever that might drop away or whatever they put in there. But there's always a specific type of IV feed they're going to put in on a bag, and that could really help save somebody's life. It's also partially to keep hydration going too. A sodium push, yeah. Yeah. Okay, I gotta go, and I gotta keep company with my lady. I don't want to compete with my time over here on the boob tube. But I know Barry's listening. What else could he do, really? Barry, you know what, man? You really do got something wrong with you. Unless you really like being there. Nobody gets it. I guess we're not supposed to get it, but you're getting it. You're you're getting a bad end of the stick, but you're doing it to yourself, man. Every show you're knocking me and other people. You are so bitter, dude. You are so bitter. And of course, you know I saved that last show of yours, of course. Were you telling people to go out and harass me and give me a hard time? Are you out of your monkey ass mind? That's a dumb question. Of course you are. Why would you do that to yourself? With that being said, yeah, bye, Digger. Judge Kubota, you guys take care, huh? I definitely won't be on tomorrow. It's Christmas Day, so you guys have a, well, if you're in the Philippines, anyways, it's Christmas here. So take care, and I have a feeling I'm going to be waking up in the middle of the night because I know she's going to get up at 12 o'clock. That means I'm up because I'm a light sleeper. So what is she going to do? Oh, you have to make something to eat. No wonder she was making that sticky rice stuff. Biko and all that stuff. I don't know, man. I'm still not 100% on a Philippine diet. That's just not me. Well, listen, you guys take care. And I wish you guys a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. And let's hope we have a wonderful New Year this year. Because 2024, for me, just wasn't cutting it, man. No. Not a good year at all. Not a good year at all. But, you know, you deal with stuff, and that's what you do. If you don't deal with it, you put yourself in a worse position. You've got to deal with things that you find to be important to deal with. That's your personal decision that you make. Nobody can make that decision for you. You have to make that decision. Do I attack this situation or do I leave it alone? You got to dig in your soul and figure what's the best thing to do. You got to go with your gut feeling. All right? Okay, guys.